to Home, brought to you by Remax Diamond Realty.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is House to Home, where we bring in our friends from Remax who are going to show and tell us some very interesting information and stuff that you can use if you are looking for a property right now. And tonight we are going to talk about buying real estate. Now I have my good friends Colleen Bloss and Sean Bloss. No relation.
Nope.
At least
No relation.
Not directly as far as we know.
No.
Yep.
But you're both realtors, very, very successful at it. So we certainly appreciate you coming in and sharing your expertise with us.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so Colleen, I want to ask, if someone is looking to buy real estate for the very first time, say someone who's a complete newbie to this, obviously they have a lot of questions. Are there any benefits to, and like use myself for an example, are there any benefits to me being local? What kind of costs am I looking for? And how long is the process typically? Is this something I can knock out in 2 weeks, or is this something I should plan to be a year-long project?
Okay, well, the first step, importantly, is to identify a realtor. It's finding a realtor, because that realtor is going to ask qualifying questions and make sure that you're ready for the home buying process. Yeah.
To add on to that real quick, on top of using a realtor, another option really is you can go online. If you feel intimidated by the process of contacting a realtor, you can go online. There's a lot of free information. Just type in, am I ready to buy a home, or what are the steps I need to get started? And you'll be able to find so much information online on how to get started.
Now, I'm naturally neurotic anyway, and I'm paranoid about like the small. I'm worried about if these flowers are going to start wilting during the interview. So that being the case, I'm hearing terms like there are closing costs, and I'm sure there are like legal ramifications that I have to deal with and everything like that. As my realtor and as an agent acting on my behalf, what type of services do you provide to me?
Well, the question you're asking is basically what do we do to help you? What is our role? Basically, our role is to guide you to make sure that you get started in the right direction. We make sure we guide you through the right bank. We make sure to have you ready with all of the proper documents. We make sure that you are ready to buy right now, as opposed to spinning your wheels. Again, I mean, there's just so much information out there. You could get 100. I mean, for instance, if you're looking to buy a home, you go online right now. You'll find 100 that match your criteria. What we do is basically we tweak that list down to the bare minimum, so that you don't have to spend a whole year looking for homes, and we make it very simple. And then on top of that, we also do help you with the contract. As far as legal ramifications, we have set documents that are used quite often or used all the time. I'm sorry.
Excellent.
Yeah, to help guide you through it.
Okay, so obviously we're going to work together very much to actually help me make the best possible decision, and hopefully at the lowest cost.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So speaking of that, Colleen, I'm hearing like a lot of terms about pre-qualification. Why is that so important, and how do I get pre-qualified?
Well, getting pre-qualified is important, because you want to make sure that you want to know what your buying power is. You don't want to go out there and search for a home that's out of your budget. You want to make sure that you know exactly what you pre-qualify for.
There goes Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
At least at first.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Maybe next year.
Maybe.
And then on top of that, to add on to that real quickly, the other reason why you would like to get, or you should get pre-qualified, a lot of people don't understand that when you buy a home, sometimes you hear terms like 100% financing. It doesn't mean that you don't have to put out any money. The bank's not gonna give you a loan for free. You absolutely have to come up with some kind of monies out of pocket, and those are, I mean, that's the word you brought up.
Closing costs.
Closing costs. Now, a lot of times people get very scared with that term, but that's why it's important to get information from a realtor, so that we can kind of guide you through the process. If you don't have any money, there are lots of ways to skin a cat. So, yeah, I mean, even if you could have as little as $1,000, $1,500, you could have $10,000, and we'll be able to help you either way. We'll be able to guide you through the process to make sure that we find not only the perfect
Excellent.
home, but the perfect loan. Yep.
Okay, well, Colleen, are there options for me? Because my brain automatically says, okay, just like I'm getting a car or something like that, I would have to get a loan. For the closing costs, and if this is my first time buying a home, are there any benefits for me being a first time home buyer? And do I necessarily have to get a loan, or are there grants possible that I don't have to pay back?
Yes. So there is a first time home buyer program. Of course, it's a type of loan for first time home buyers. There's also of course, getting a loan isn't free. there is going to be closing costs. There are going to be closing costs. So there's another program that Guam Housing does offer. It's the First Time Home Buyers Grant. And yeah, you definitely can use that. And that can definitely assist first-time home buyers.
And this being a grant, this isn't something that I'm going to have to pay back like a loan.
It is a grant.
Yeah.
It's a grant.
And,
so.
and it's because I am it's a one-time shot.
Yes.
Now, there are rules with the grant, but I mean, that's something that you can get information on while you're going through the process.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
How long should I budget, let's say, like in terms of budgeting my time in working with you guys? And we'll wrap up with this question really quick. If I'm looking to buy a home starting today and everything like that, should I think about maybe I can move in by the end of the summer, or in working with the two of you and everything, should we aim like more towards Christmas, or like what's a ballpark?
It really depends on your circumstances and if you're really ready, because you can say that you would like to buy, but are you really ready to buy a home? So it depends on your circumstances.
Start to finish typically is between 30 to 45 days, but it has been,
wow.
yeah, but it can take a little bit longer, again, depending on your circumstances and the lending institution that you choose.
Well, I can just get out my American Express Platinum card and just give it to you guys, and
Let's make this happen.
Let's make it happen. All right, thank you so much for your information. And where can people go for more information online if they'd like to see on their own?
There are a lot of different, I mean, if you just Google the information, you'll be able to find it, but one of the best ways to get information would be NAR, or National Association of Realtors.
All right.
Just type that in there and you'll get right started.
All right, well, thank you both.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right, and stay tuned because we will be right back more when we return.